Welcome to Off the Page Sacred Jazz. I'm Deanna. I'd like to start today's video with a question that I received from a church musician who writes, "Hi Deanna, as a jazz player and writer, you wouldn't happen to have an apologetic for jazz in worship, would you? Specifically, when I play syncopated songs that imply chord tensions, I like to convert them to bosses on guitar. I can argue convincingly for why this is appropriate enough, but I wonder if you know of an authoritative source to which I could point." Well, I'm going to share with you today a resource that I shared with this musician, and it's an article that I wrote called Jazz Hymns That Make the Heart to Sing, that appears in the current issue of In Tempo, published by the ALCM, the Association for Lutheran Church Musicians, a great organization. In that article, I list 4 different reasons for why jazz isn't just something that's okay that you could slip in the back door and use in worship, but why it's a wonderful music to use for worship. And one of those reasons is the sense of wonder and surprise that it expresses, something that I dare say that we are sometimes missing in corporate church music today. It's also intergenerational and cross-cultural. And for each of these 4 reasons in this ALCM article, I share specific musical examples. I also include in there a free piece of sheet music, which is the free sheet music giveaway I'm giving away today. And that is a piano score that takes the beginning of the chant to the Great Thanksgiving, "The Lord be with you," and also "with you," and just uses 2 different chords to reharmonize that chant. So check out that resource. If that resource and or this video is helpful to you, please give it a like and subscribe to my channel, and also share this video with other musicians who will also hopefully find it helpful to them. Now today I'd like to go into back into the Jazz Vespers resources. Last week I shared my setting of Psalm 141, "Let My Prayer Rise." And in case you missed that video, the beginning of that piece goes like this. Let my prayer rise before you as incense, the lifting of my hands as the evening sacrifice. And in the first week, I shared my setting of the Phos Hilaron, "O Radiant Light," or as I call it on my recording when I recorded this piece on From This Place, it's called "Christ the Light." O radiant light, O sun divine, of God the Father's deathless face. So you can check both of those videos out in the playlist here if you missed them. And both of those pieces, including the one I'm going to share today, all appear on my recording, my sacred jazz recording called From This Place, and they appear in the sheet music book. They're also available as individual PDFs at the scores page at deannajazz.com. Last week I mentioned that today I'd be sharing a jazz setting of the Magnificat. I'm actually going to leave that for next week. I'm flipping these 2 weeks around. So today I'm going to share my setting of the Nunc Dimittis, or the Canticle of Simeon, and this comes directly from the early chapters of Luke. Now the refrain in this piece, like "Let My Prayer Rise," is congregational, and the verses are meant for a soloist. You could have 2 soloists because there's 2 different verses, but this is a more quiet, meditative setting. So I am sharing here the link for you to sing along with the congregational refrain, what you might see like as an insert in the bulletin. And I will go ahead and sing and play through the entire Song of Simeon. God us waking, O Lord, and guard us sleeping, that awake we may watch with Christ, and asleep rest in his peace. Here's the first verse. Now, Lord, dismiss your servant in peace, according to your word. My own eyes, my own eyes have seen your salvation, which you have prepared. Guide us waking, O Lord, and guard us sleeping, that awake we may watch with Christ, and asleep rest in his peace. Here's the final verse. In the sight of every people is where you have prepared your salvation, a light to reveal you to the nations, and the glory of your people, Israel. Guide us waking, O Lord, and guard us sleeping, that awake we may watch with Christ, and asleep rest in his peace. You can find that music at deannajazz.com and at the links below. And again, if this video has been helpful to you, please give it a like, subscribe to my channel, and also consider making a donation to my piano fund. I've been without a piano at home since last August, since I moved to Pittsburgh, and any funds that I receive will go directly into a fund towards getting a concert level instrument here in my home so that I can continue to make videos and make better quality videos and write more music for you to use in your churches. So thanks for considering that. And also, if you have any questions like the one I shared at the beginning of this video, feel free to pop them in the comments below or to send me an email at deanna@deannajazz.com. Thanks, and see you next week at Off the Page Sacred Jazz.